Hello, everyone. Good evening. A good happy Wednesday, I suppose. Happy 1st of October. Hope everybody's doing well. It's a tower that's October. To be totally honest, it's really a tower. It's quite insane. In a few months' time, it'll be Christmas. Just to say, I know we shouldn't be probably talking about Christmas already. Halloween's not even over us. But quite literally, quite literally nearly there at the end of the year. Another probably, God knows, it wouldn't be probably less than 100 days, I suppose, give or take, to the end of the year. Which is something to think about, really. When you really sit down and think about it, it's quite insane that we're here so far. So far through 2025, it kind of flew, which is kind of a good complaint and the bad complaint in the way too. But yeah, we're a bit early too. It's not. We didn't really give people much notice tonight. I think we only give them an hour's notice that we were going to go live. So to be totally honest, I didn't really give you as much notice. Hello, Miss Penguin, how are you doing? Hope we're well. Happy 1st of October. I hope we're well this Wednesday. I hope we're having a good week so far. I think that was the notification. I think notifications were out. Oh, first time in donkey's years. You got a haircut, about time. Yeah, I have a long story to say about my hairdresser that I used to have, like the hairdresser I went to before. Basically, she was a bit forgetful. Like I will admit that she was a bit forgetful, but she's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She pretty much has Alzheimer's now. She pretty much doesn't remember nearly anything. So she was off that time. Do you remember I said I had an appointment? I don't know. You probably wouldn't in the chat that time, but a few weeks ago I had an appointment, and basically she had to. I think she forgot about it more than anything else. I think she forgot that I had an appointment and stuff, and that's what happened. But yeah, she's not doing it anymore, so I had to go to a new person. Got to stay too. Everybody's getting haircuts, but no, what you rarely see me going to get haircuts. It's every 3 months, every 4 months you see me. So I won't kind of do up make up the hairdressers full of money. To be totally honest. The cavan way, which is always good. So that might be a bit too loud. I don't know if that's too loud. So we have a good bit to talk about. Of course, I'm not going to go to a Turkish barbers. Don't think I would go to a Turkish barbers. I wouldn't go near them. No, I went to another local woman. There's another local woman that does hair and stuff. So pretty much right, like down in my village. I didn't go into Cavan town or anything. So I wouldn't go near the Turkish barbers because they would probably overcharge you. Like for a haircut, they probably would charge you €40 just because you're Irish and stuff. And I wouldn't trust them anyway, because you wouldn't even know if they're qualified, to be totally honest. And I've heard some stories out of Turkish barbers. I wouldn't go near them, even if it was the only barbers in the country. I wouldn't go near them. I'd rather cut my own hair than go near them. I never went to one in my life, so I'm not going to start now. That's what there's some people who are the Turkish barbers and stuff. That's their right and that's their opinion. But I simply wouldn't go near it. Yeah, I would do my own too, but I have there's a local woman here that does it. I do my own. No, but there's another woman here that does it. She's a bit more expensive than the one I had before, but it doesn't really matter because again, it's every once in the blue moon you see me. So I not make up the hairdressers, because it's literally once in the blue moon when you see me. We get started in different things. There's a lot of things to talk about. We just wait for a few minutes. The usual thing. We give it 10 minutes or so. Just for people to get in and stuff and have a chat among people. Hope so. Yeah, there's a good bit to talk about, actually. It's a good bit. Mainly in terms of the presidential election. A few other stuff, of course. there's that much happening in this country. It's hard to keep track, and not even that in this country. Shy looking. It's all good to look too, I suppose. Some people are shy and stuff. They're afraid of me shouting them down and stuff. We don't want that. Will Mulder, quite so. He took off. Yeah, he had enough of that. But yeah, I don't know. There probably won't be that many people here tonight because I kind of only said it an hour ago that I was going to go live. Like quite literally, only came in the door at that stage, and I said, I'm going to go live. Why not? I had a bit more energy today than say Saturday. I didn't go live Saturday because I didn't really have the energy to go live, but I had a bit of energy today, thankfully. So that's why I'm here at the moment. Like I didn't really decide. Like I would have said last night if I thought I would have had the energy today, but I didn't know at the time. But yeah, we're a bit early. We're a few minutes early because I did say it would be 6:15 or so. We would like. I think that's what I put down. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think it was 6:15. So yeah, I'm a bit too early too. I don't know if the music's probably alright. I think it's at a management level. As long as you can hear me over it. That's the main thing. But there's good news. I don't know if I say this before. There's good news. The wall is going to be done before Christmas. Painting it in. Santa Man won't be impressed. Oh no, we can't do that. We can't go there. We don't have to go there, I was going to say. Fair enough. I just kind of see, like, I kind of don't know how to tell you about this. To be honest, we're not going. We're not going there. I don't know really what to say about this one, to be totally honest. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm looking at here. Unfortunately, I have to look at because I kind of don't know what to tell you about this. To be totally honest, like it's insane that they let this post out. So this, I don't know what you would call this post. I don't know what to say. To be totally honest, well, this is like this woman. This I don't know. I enjoy hurting people. Like literally, this thing. I don't know what you would call it, this one. But long story. This person got let out of prison today. Like in Limerick. And the first thing this person says, walks free and says, "I enjoy hurting people and hearing them scream." It's a very sus. I think a mental hospital would be the best course of action instead of letting them out on like this person's on the street. I don't know what what else to describe this. I don't know. I'm not being mean or anything, but I don't know what to say to be totally honest about this. But let's be fair. I don't think this person should be on the street. I think they probably should be in a mental hospital. To be totally honest with you. Because saying this after walking out, I enjoy hurting people and screams music to my ears. Not to mention, she did assault. I don't know if it's she or whatever you call, but she did. This person did harm in prison to another inmate. So I don't think this person should be ever let out of the streets of this country. To be totally honest with you. Hello, Unlock. How are you doing? But yeah, this is very, very worrying to hear something like this come out. Like literally, this person is straight out of prison. This is the first thing you hear of this person about. And then she threatened this person threatened to kill her mother. What is the story about that? Like, the state shouldn't have let her out. Like, it's insane that she got out. That this person got out. That young cavan lad. He's on cavan, so he is. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But long story short, if you see this person coming towards you, probably not go near this person. I'll probably get a crime. I'm going to get arrested for hate crime for not misidentified this person. But I don't know what you would call it, so don't put me in prison for it, because I don't know what to say about that one, to be totally honest. To be totally truthful, I don't know what to call this person. So I'll probably get arrested now for tort crime. So the ungodly Sinn O'Connor be at my door tonight, knocking on my door saying I misgendered somebody, I have to go to prison. I committed hate crime. Threatening to go and like hearing people scream and stuff like that, that's fine. But if you call somebody, don't identify the person as the pronouns and stuff, you're done for. That's the modern justice system in this country. So I look forward to the court case when the Irish state brings me up in that, which would be funny. But hopefully not. But it's 1984, as you know. So you never know. Anything's possible in 1984 politics. But anyway, how are we all doing? How are we all doing on lock? Sorry, I know we were yapping about that case. Hope we're well. I hope you're having a good Wednesday. Hope you're having a good 1st of October too. So yeah, that's quite a worrying thing to start off with, to be totally honest with you. I don't know if that's too loud. That could be a bit too loud. So I suppose the next thing we talk about is the presidential debate. Now, I don't know, did anybody watch the presidential debate? Because everybody I know that watched it pretty much said it was the worst thing they've ever seen. And to be totally honest, I watched it too. What was it? Monday night. Yeah, Monday night. I rather watch piss, to be totally honest. It was no audition. Like, I never seen such a weak candidates. Like, and I can see why Mia Sheridan didn't get on the ballot, because there's not a hope of any of them doing well at all, because none of them are any audition. Like, the 3 of them are no audition. It was just madness what I seen of the presidential debate. It was generally like pulling teeth. I would rather watch Patriot than watch it again, because I never seen such dribble in all my life. First of all, Jim Gavin is on about I did this and I was on this committee, and I was sick of listening to talk about committees and that committee, and then Head of Humphreys. I don't know what the fuck I meant to say, but Head of Humphreys, she kind of sat there and talked a lot of shit. Like, never said, we did things wrong in government. She just kind of talked a lot of shit. And Catherine Connolly, I don't know what. Well, she at least talked some sense in some aspects. But they were more worried about other countries than they were about all, and that's the one thing I couldn't understand. But it was the weakest thing you ever see. False Teeth, yeah, we'd better follow False Teeth. No, I know it was. I wouldn't watch another presidential debate even if they paid me, to be totally honest, because it was just atrocious. Like, I would rather actually go and pull teeth, because it was just awful. You got your voting card. I didn't get it. See, I'm probably from today that I'll be giving out the voting cards, because it's the 24th. It's less than a month away, pretty much. Yeah, it's a few weeks away. So I'll probably get mine soon, but it's no good for me, because most likely I'll be spoiling my vote, so I'm not going to vote for anything. After seeing that debate, whatever went before, after seeing that debate, there's not a hope of me voting for. I was going to maybe think about voting for Catherine Connolly, but there's not a hope after that debate too. And I wouldn't really want to vote for Sinn Féin, because you're pretty much voting for Sinn Féin too, and Labour Party and the Social Democrats when you're voting for Catherine Connolly. They're on here. Yeah, a lot of people are just not going to be asked to go to, but I'm going to go down just to probably either put an X on the ballot or write Maria Stevens' name down, whichever. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet. But I'm going to spoil my vote because there's no way I'm voting for any three of them. I don't think they could pay me to vote for them, to be really honest at this stage, because it's just a shit show. And I'm not happy with all of them, that's why. Which popularity? What popularity? Oh, you mean for the presidency? Well, none of them are popular. Nobody likes them, I don't think. Yeah, like a lot of like the presidential elections. Like nobody goes to the presidential elections really. Like they have the lowest turnout in any election really, because nobody really sees the point in electing the president. Like the whole office of the president. If I was the Taoiseach in the morning, I'd be abolishing the presidency. It needs to be abolished. There's no addition to anybody. It's a big waste of money. They get 300,000 euro to sit in the house and they don't want to do nothing. Because pretty much that's what the president can do nothing. But yeah, that's why they had it on Friday, because they thought more people go out to vote. But not like nobody's really bothered, I don't think. People are sick of it. So that's that. But it's interesting to see. Heather Humphreys is talking shit at the moment. Like talking literally mad shit. Like Heather Humphreys has come out and said, and I think she's just kind of blown up her campaign a bit with this statement. Heather Humphreys says people didn't understand the family cow referendum. People did understand it, they just rejected it. That's the thing. Like Heather Humphreys has destroyed her campaign today, just to say she's torpedoed it. Hello, Luke. Good evening. How are we doing? Hope we're having a good Wednesday. All is well, thank you. All is well. How are you? Yeah, well, I don't even know what the new Irish citizens vote for these people, to be totally honest with you. Because after watching the debate, I think I would rather throw my vote into the sea, to be totally honest, than vote for any of these people. But yeah, so this is insane that Heather Humphreys said this. Like, it's the most dumbest statement you could imagine. Because people did understand the family care referendum. And then Jim Gavin too. Let me get this straight. So Jim Gavin was doing a promotion video for his presidential election, I suppose, an ad you would say. And he had a drone flying. Oh well, he didn't. Not him personally, but a person associated with him for the campaign in a no-fly zone, which means they couldn't fly a drone. So they pretty much broke the law. But yeah, what do you expect, I suppose? Bum, 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 beep, 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 bum, beep, beep, bum. Yeah, none of them are getting a vote on me. I haven't seen anybody come around to look for a vote, first of all. And second of all, they're not getting it. But I haven't seen none. Like, I haven't seen Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil, or Sinn Féin, or any of them. Oh, the better. I think they're just too afraid to come around to people in case to get shouted at. Oh, this is just all a big scam. Like, it is just a big scam. I even said last year, or the year before that, before even the presidential election even came to anybody's mind, that I don't think the office of the presidency should exist, because it's just basically 300,000 euro and hundreds of millions of euro spent to upkeep our St. feed the president, look after the grounds of our St. and then the staff for the president and stuff. It's insane amount of money, and then the travel expenses and all that. You could be talking about a year 70 million euro a year for the whole lot put together. Maybe if you add it all in together, could be 70 million. Because see, with the freedom of information, you know the way they could put in freedom of information requests, etc. You know the way they put in freedom of information requests. The office of the presidency, they don't have to accept it under the Irish Constitution, so we can't basically audit the presidency to see how much money they're spending because technically they don't have to abide by it. It's the government agencies that have to. The presidency doesn't have to. So they pretty much have immunity to that because we won't know how much they're spending day to day. If that makes any sense. What's the Flanagan? He's from Galway, is he? Maybe I'm wrong. I might be thinking of somebody else. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Oh, he's the Attorney General. Yeah, the Attorney General. Yeah, I heard of it before. Yeah, they're the one. Yeah, what they call it, the Burke family. They were after him a while ago, about 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, that's who you're talking about. Yeah, I knew I heard the name. I thought you were talking about somebody from Galway. There was a person too named Wassa. I thought you were talking about him. But I know who you're talking about, the Attorney General. I can see them ahead who he is. Yeah, see, the Attorney Generals, like the last Attorney General too, was pretty much in the government's pocket. Like they're not really independent; they're kind of just up the government's hole. So, yeah, well, 14 years. It depends. 7 years, like 7 years for the moment. Yeah, like he was good friends with Leo Franco and stuff. He was up to some shenanigans with Leo. Leo the link, may I say. Speaking about poor Leo, his books are not doing too well. Nobody's buying his books. So he's very upset about that. So nobody's buying, like literally I don't think anybody bought his book. There might be only 5 people in the country that did. So it's not going well for poor Leo. And he's charging €24 for the book. He should probably be giving them away for nothing. You know, quite insane. But I wouldn't buy it if my life depended on it. So he's not going to get much money out of me. But then again, he won't get much money out of a cavan person, and he couldn't get water out of stone. Who is it? Pelgale. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. So we all heard about the new bicycle shed. We all thrilled about the new bicycle shed. Are we all looking forward to a new bicycle shed, pretty much? It's going to be very handy. Everybody's going to use it. Says no one. But yes, the new bicycle shed in the National Maternity Hospital is a bit cheaper than the one in the Dáil so far. We see when it gets built, it's going to cost €3 billion to build and take 900 years. But yes, there's going to be a new bicycle shed for €100,000. Very good investment by the government. Spending €100,000 on a bicycle shed. You know, it's better than €350,000, but you know, I think we're getting a rotten deal for a bicycle shed for €100,000. I'm not a bicycle shed expert, but you know, I think that's a rotten idea because you could quite literally go out with a bit of metal and a bit of a shed, a bit of galvanized, and build a better bicycle shed than fucking what they're paying for €100,000. Because you nearly could build a gold bicycle shed for that. And there'd be only about 2 bikes in it. So it's insane when you really sit down and look at it. But yes, the bicycle shed. I'm just trying to think, because I have notes here. What else I need to cover? So yeah, this is to do with, I put up a community post about 2 hours ago saying about it when I was on the way home. There's been 2 assaults in Cavan, in County Cavan, the last over the weekend, pretty much. There was one in Killashandra, you probably have heard about it. There was the man knocked out. I don't know what it was over, what was it to do with. But the fellow was in very serious condition in Cavan generally. He's bleeding on the brain, etc. He most likely has brain damage for life. But long story short, he was knocked out unconscious on the street in Killashandra, on the main street there, on Saturday night. And then there was a violent assault of a teenage person in Cabot Castle in Kingscourt in County Cavan. So very violent incidents across Cavan in less than a few hours, pretty much. That was on Sunday morning, early Sunday morning. And nobody's been caught for these 2 offences. As far as I know, the Gardaí are not willing to say. And that bike sheds. But yeah, so it's very serious stuff. But yeah, basically, there's no word from the Gardaí on who they're looking for. Do they have name of the person? Do they know what the person was wearing? It's pretty much silence from on Garda Sin O'Connor. So I just want to talk about something else too. So I'm sure people probably have heard. Do you remember the person who stabbed the guard? I can't remember what street in the cap. I think it was Capitol Street, wasn't it? It was Capitol Street. You remember the guard was stabbed from behind by a person who's not an Irish person, but he's from somewhere. I don't know where. I can't remember where he's from. He's from Albania. No, what they call it? Algeria. Algeria. Yeah. He's a 23-year-old. He stabbed the guard from behind. I'm sure you remember the video. He also seemed to have set fire to the front of Conor McGregor's pub. So he's been charged with terrorist offences. That's to put it straight to you. Because pretty much what he's trying to do, and he's pretty much said it, because what he shouted when he was stabbing the guy was Allahu Akbar, which is pretty much a terrorist phrase in the Western world, of course. So pretty much he was charged with terrorism, which is probably the first time in a long time the terrorist offences against the state. That's what would be the legislation. But yeah, very serious stuff, pretty much. Now, he probably should be deported, but obviously he should face time for it, of course, before he's let go anywhere. Preferably, too, we could send him back to his own country to do the prison sentence, but I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, none of them. Maybe they bring it in their car. They gave him a wine when the bicycle show was being built. He probably parked the car down the street and then took the bike out of the back of the car and then cycled up past the photographers and stuff just to pretend to be cycling. That's what they would do, let's be fair. Because you couldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. If they said the sky was blue, you would have to actually look up to see. But also there was an asylum seeker arrested today, or the other day. Give me a second, just so I have all the details in front of me so I'm right. An asylum seeker's in custody, basically with terrorist offences again. He threatened to commit a mass shooting pretty much in Dublin, which sounds like a terrible thing. Well, I don't know how this person got into the country, first of all. Oh, first of all, sorry. He had terrorist convictions. He had terrorist convictions from other countries. How he got into the country is anybody's guess. But yeah, he threatened to commit a mass shooting. Sorry, excuse me. But pretty much mass shooting is a terrorist offence, pretty much. And he give a fake name too, so great stuff. Hello, Fiona. Good evening. How are we doing? But yes, that's another lovely person we let into the country. Free legal aid, of course, etc. The whole shebang. Now I want to talk about something else for a second too. Just when I'm here. Now I don't know how true this is. Hello there, Fiona. Good evening. Now, I don't know how true this is, but apparently Israel is paying like content creators, YouTubers, Twitch streamers, €7,000 per post or something like that, to promote Israel, etc., and basically whitewash genocide and stuff what they're doing over in Gaza, etc., and pretty much Israel can do no wrong. I don't know how true that is, but it's probably true because especially more conservatives, more our side, the conservative side. A lot of them are afraid to question Israel because they get money from Israel, big money from Israel, which is evil because they're pretty much doing the devil's bidding. Because we see what Israel is doing out in the Middle East, and it's evil. And there's no other word to describe what's happened. It's evil. What is this? A new tourist tax return? Didn't see this before. Sorry, I'm just like soon as I look at something, someone else comes up. But yeah, so we all know too. I think I made a video talking about it. That the numbers of people coming to this country as tourists, people from the United States, from other parts of Europe, as tourists to come to the country to visit the country, has dramatically decreased more than any other European country apart from Liechtenstein. But every other country is doing well in terms of tourists. All of them has decreased. I wonder why. It's very peculiar why that happened. But yeah, so it's great to know that our tourist industry is basically in the ground because it's basically not going to recover. It'll take probably 20 years for it to recover. Because it's that bad, how bad it's fucked up. So it's quite bad. How bad it's really, really bad. Also, the price of electricity too, and like the majority SSE electricity and stuff is talking about rises in like they're going to put up the bill pretty much for households, and the government pretty much have said they're not going to give any energy credits, and also saying that to the budget this next week, and pretty much there's no money for anything. But let's put it that way. So there's basically going to be nothing given in the budget for anybody. As I said about the energy credits, there won't be any energy credits in the budget. So yeah, people be left to struggle. That's to put it nicely. So lovely stuff. Great country. It's always a great country. For some people. For other people, not so much. Mainly Paddy and Mary. It's not a great country for them. But for other people, yeah. Great country. Now, on other news, I suppose this is minor thing. Just to say. My hometown here, Butler's Bridge, the senior men team in an intermediate final this Sunday. So I just want to wish them the best of luck, of course. It's going to be wild if they do win around here, so just to say if anybody's coming through. So it's going to be a bit wild. Obviously, I won't be going wild, but but yeah, just to let you know. But yeah. We did talk the last day I was live. I probably should have talked about this first. But we did talk about this the last day. And that was to do with the Irish state going to pay asylum seekers €10,000 to basically fuck off and leave. And we're going to give them €10,000 to do so. Lovely stuff. So yeah, lovely stuff. So we're all going to throw away our Irish passports and be get new passports and we get €10,000. But obviously that's not going to happen, I don't think, for Irish people. But it's quite insane because it's only really incentivizing. And many people have said it's only incentivizing more people to come so they can be paid to leave, which sounds insane. Shouting and screaming. But let me see. It might be a bit too loud. Just trying to see. I'm speaking loud enough, I think. Let me see. So I'm just making sure how everything is. But yeah, just going back to the presidential debate for a second. There was a lot of talk about defence. Obviously, Jim Gavin was a former army officer in the defence forces. Now, he claims too that he doesn't know that the abuse that was going on in the military, like in terms of women in the army, which is obviously bullshit. But yeah, basically the president has no role in terms of funding the army, etc., and controlling the army. But yeah, there's a lot of talk about defence. But nothing's ever going to be done on the feds because there's that much of a mess in it. Yeah, but we're supposed to talk about the Donald Trump peace plan. So Donald Trump, I'm sure you've seen it, the peace plan. It's hard to know if Hamas and the Palestinian Authority are going to accept it. But hopefully they do, because we need some kind of peace and stability back in the Middle East. So hopefully they do. Because it's the benefit of everybody to end that conflict over there. But I don't know will they accept it, but hopefully they do. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, like it is insane because it's pretty much just emphasizing more flood, if that makes sense, people coming to the country, which doesn't make any sense, but logic doesn't exist. So yeah, just when I'm here too, one of the councillors in Monaghan died. One of the former councillors, sorry. Hugh McAvaney. Now, you probably remember Hugh McAvaney. He used to be a Fine Gael politician. He was kicked out of Fine Gael. I don't know if you remember the thing with I want loads of money. He was that councillor for speeding up planning permission, etc. Yeah, like it's a huge increase in the population and stuff. Nobody ever wants to admit it, but it is. When you look at statistics, it's massive increase in population here. But anyway, I think we might just talk among ourselves. I think we've gone through enough. I think I've thrown enough information at you for tonight. How does that sound? And then that's not even to mention what happened in Louth and then Dublin, to the two killings in Dublin and the killing in Dublin and Louth. Yeah, well, I want to see peace, and I'm sure every Irish wants to see peace over there. Like I'm pretty much on nobody's side, but I'm on the side of stopping people being killed. I think that's every Irish person's position. particularly innocent people. We don't want innocent people being killed, particularly women and children. We don't want it. Pelgale. Yeah, but like I'm sure you get it. Like I don't like it's not at this stage with all the people being killed, particularly innocent children. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not on Palestine or Israel's side, but the one side I'm on is we have to stop the killing. We have to stop people being killed, um, and that's the side. That's the side I'm on. Just stop everybody being killed. The side of humanity, I suppose. The side of righteousness, I suppose you could call it too, because the side of Christianity that nobody should be killed, no innocent people should be killed. If that makes any sense, that's where I'm coming from. Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying I'm on anybody's side, but the killing has to stop. Um, I think everybody can agree with that. There's just too many people being killed, too many innocent people being killed, and particularly being killed in very gruesome ways. Um, um, oh God! As I said earlier on, I wouldn't take money. Like the paying influence €7,000 per video and per post to basically make Israel look good and stuff for what the killing of innocent children and stuff. Um, it's very few. I don't know. We would have to sell your soul for doing that. I wouldn't do it. To do it, to be totally honest. Pay legally. But anyway, I think we might nearly leave it out for tonight. It was just kind of quick, short live stream. I didn't really say it. I should have probably said it yesterday that I was going to go live. Or give people a bit of notice, I suppose. Because see, nowadays we used to have a schedule that we were live every Saturday and every Wednesday, but obviously that's gone to hell a bit the last few weeks. So a lot of people probably wouldn't even know it was live. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I do appreciate people being here. We went through a good bit. There's still a good bit more we could have went through. But yeah, it's a lot of information to be throwing at people. What is this? Sorry. What the fuck was that? Sorry. What did I just see? Oh, sorry. No, it was on my phone. I don't know what this saw. Like, with some weird kind of text and stuff. Sometimes social media can just be weird. Like in terms of what you see on Twitter and stuff. It can be weird. But anyway, so that's all she wrote for tonight. I think that's all she wrote, unless there's anything else. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. There probably will be a video tomorrow night. But there's loads of topics I still have to talk about. Like there's so much stuff on the back burner I still need to talk about. Just to say too, there's 2 videos up on BitChute. Yeah, but this is the thing. They probably would tell their friends to come, and then they come, and then their friends to come. So it's just an endless circle of people coming, and eventually you're going to run out of money. Let's be fair, because if everybody just turns up, how are you going to keep paying for these people to come? But anyway, that's it for tonight. I think. It's not even 7 o'clock, but yeah, we leave it there. So hopefully, Saturday we see Saturday. I don't know will we be live Saturday. I'm just trying to think, do I have anything on Saturday that we might not be live? But hopefully be live for a few minutes anyway Saturday. I try and let you know Friday if I'm live. See, we have to go back to the schedule that we used to have. Uh, it would be great to have it back because I used to like my 2 live streams a week. But see, when life happens, it's hard to kind of it's hard to fit in everything. Um, which countries? Yeah, well, that too, I suppose. But anyway, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. You being here. I appreciate you. We'll chat again. We'll chat hopefully maybe Saturday. We'll see. Uh, there's a video. There's 2 videos up on BitChute if you want to watch them. I couldn't put them up on YouTube just in case they think it's thought crime, etc., etc. But anyway, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. So yeah, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week until I see you hopefully Saturday. And good night for the night. Goodbye.